Hello, my name is Renise and I'm nearing 30. When I was younger, I remember a time in Girl Scouts where I was the only black girl in my troop, and I loved those girls. Lived in Texas. I loved all my friends. I thought we were all the greatest of friends. And there was a day where the troop leader's daughter was having a birthday party, and I was the only one not invited. Even this girl Rosemary, who nobody liked on the whole squad. Nobody liked her. We called her like Smelly Rosemary. We were really mean behind her back, and she was invited and I wasn't. So I asked, why didn't I get an invitation? And my friend, her name was Ashley, she said, because you're black. I don't think any of us really even knew what that meant. I don't think she even said it knowing that that was not a good thing to be saying. I think that her mother told her that. And that's what she went with, because she said it without any type of embarrassment or knowing that was going to hurt me. And I went home, told my mother, and I was immediately pulled out of that Girl Scout troop. My best friend Crystal at the time, her mother used to babysit me, and I remember her mother being more hurt by it almost than I was, because I don't think I really knew to be hurt by it at that time. And her mother was like in tears and was, I'm going to pull Crystal out as well. And again, this is a white woman, because all my troop was white, and her mother had told me at the time that when she grew up, she had a little black friend that lived on the other side of the tracks from her, and so she loved that me and Crystal were friends because she couldn't have a real friendship with her. She wasn't allowed to at the time, and so she always encouraged me and Crystal to be friends, and we're actually still friends to this day. And so she made a big fuss about that and really stood up for what was right at a time where I didn't really even understand what was happening. How that impacted me today, I think about that all the time. I've definitely probably had a lot more stories or situations that revolved around race that weren't probably as obvious as that one was, so that's why it's definitely stuck with me. But I think it impacted where I decided to go to college. Pretty much all my life I went to schools where I was the only black in most of my classes. Even when I lived in O'Fallon, where it was a pretty diverse area, and we had a lot of girls or guys in my age that were in my year that were in all honors classes. Even then, I would find myself being the only one at that particular hour. And when we moved to California, I just remember all the black people didn't really seem to care about classes that much. There was maybe 2 of us in my year who were like, no, I'm going to get these grades and I'm going to go to college, and we actually had a future. And I hated feeling like I was always representing the minority. I hated sitting in my honors English class reading Huckleberry Finn, and when the N-word came up, everybody looked at me like, is she gonna freak? Is she gonna blah, blah, blah? And I'd just be like, just say the damn word. Like, it's a word, it's in the book. I know you're not calling me that. Like, I don't want to be the representative of all things that are black for you. I don't mind answering questions. I don't mind you being curious, but I don't want you to take what I say to represent all things of Black America. So when I was looking at colleges and Spelman was on the table, which I had always kind of gone back and forth between going to Spelman and wanting to go to like University of Alabama or Duke, but Spelman was the only place where I felt like I can be around people who were just like me. Not only that looked like me, but who were very much interested in the same things as me. And that's something that has completely opened my eyes and made me feel comfortable in the skin that I'm in. I'm a black girl who loves listening to NPR. I love watching country shows like Nashville. I love a lot of things that people will stereotypically say are not black. And I now know that it's okay for me to love those things, because I met and went to school with thousands of people who also, love those things, appreciate those things, and can be something that they're not. Be something that we're not supposed to be. We're breaking those boundaries and those stereotypes every day, and it all, to me, started with being discriminated against when I was 7 years old and not being invited to a birthday party. It's when I realized I was black. That's when I realized I was different. And that's when I realized I needed to find people who were like me, not just in skin tone, but in mentality as well.